Hello again. This is Math 2115 coming to you from the College of DuPage, and this is Quiz 1 Solutions and Rubric. So let's talk about how this will be graded, and it is important you understand this rubric because this is going to be similar to what will be used on the high stakes assessments, which matters so much more than this. Okay, so on-time submissions to the sites indicated in the proper formats will be graded. We are practicing these skills, putting things in the right place and on time for the higher stakes assessments. Answers will be deemed right or wrong, and partial credit noted on the answer sheet in the assessment tab, or in certain cases, I will look to the PDF. This assessment answer sheet is and will be the primary grading instrument. Do not leave blanks on the answer sheet. Questions will be similar in kind and difficulty to the ones that you'll see on quizzes, not identical to the ones, however, and that makes, in the higher stakes assessment, and that makes quizzes worthwhile. It's all part of your learning experience. So let's go over the solutions. So here you're supposed to use these assignments of truth values to answer this question. And what is the correct truth column for? P implies not Q. And your answer should be a column of T's and F's in the answer sheet in the assessment tab. So you do the calculations, and here you find that this is not Q. FFTT, FFTT, and P is over here. So the only time this is going to be false, the implication is when you got a true implying a false, which is there and there, the first two. And those are the only times you have a true implying a false. So this is the answer that you should write, and actually this is the only answer you should write. And you don't even have to write this, you're just writing FFTT. And so on and so forth. We have another one, another truth table. Use the following assignment of truth values, but this time we're taking negation R implies P. It'll work the same way. So not R is going to be FT, 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 and so not R implying P, and P is over here. So we're only going to put a false where we have a true over here implying a false. So this is true, 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 true. And this is a false implying a false. This is a true implying a false. That makes this false. This is a false implying a false, which is true. And this is a true implying false, which is false. So this is the column that you would write as your answer. Here we're supposed to use this assignment of values to determine the validity of this argument. Now notice that this is the first one we filled out, this is the second one we filled out, and this is Q. So we're going to cross out everywhere where these are not true and see if we're forced to conclude that R is true. And I ask you, not only is this valid, but I ask which rows remain after your calculation. So let's look and see what we have. Okay, so we are going to cross out some rows where this is false. So that's crossed out from that one. We're also going to cross out rows where this is false. So we're going to cross out that row and this row. Then we're going to make sure we cross out every row where Q is false. This one, this one, this one, and this one. The only row that's left is row 5, and there R is true. That means that it is valid. Number 4, negate the following statement. Your answer cannot have an if or a then in it. So this is if the teacher is absent, then some students do not complete their homework. So the only way this can be false is, well, actually, I shouldn't say the only way. I will look at your answer and see if your answer is right. But the simplest is the teacher is absent and all students complete their homework. Number 5, we're to find a counterexample for the statement where U is this set and the statement is for every x an element of U, x plus 3 is bigger than or equal to 7. Well, a counterexample, and I think the only counterexample, is found when x is equal to 3 because 3 plus 3 is less than 7, not greater than or equal to. So that is the counterexample. Number 6, so we have the set, and what is the truth set from A? So we're taking x, an element of A, so that there exists a y in A such that x plus y is less than 14. Well, for any of these that we have up here, there is a y that it will add to 14, so it's true for every element in A, so the truth set is A itself. You could have listed all these possibilities. Number 7, how many proper non-empty subsets are there in this set? Your answer should be a number. Well, there are 2 to the n, and there are 10 elements, so there are 2 to the n total subsets. But one of those subsets is empty, and one of them is the set itself, so we have to subtract off the 2. This is 1024, so that is 1022. Here you're shading a 3-set Venn diagram, and you want to upload a PDF showing the region where this is true. So this is an example of one of the things where I will look for the PDF for the answer. And this is going to be A minus B minus C. Now B minus C is everything that's in B but not in C, so it's going to be this piece and this piece. So then we're going to say what is in A that's not in those two pieces, and we're supposed to shade it. So we get this piece, and this piece, those 3 pieces, and that's what your shading should look like, more or less. Number 9, you're supposed to write a set theory expression with symbols representing the shaded area in this Venn diagram. Now, there's probably many different ways, and I will look at your answer to see if it is correct, but the simplest is, this is in C, this is part C, C intersect A union B. Last but not least, consider the set A equaling, again, this positive integers 1 through 10. List a collection of 4 subsets that form a partition of A. So this is figuring out, do you know what a partition is? And so many answers would be possible. You can do this a bunch of different ways, but you must have in your answer 4 disjoint, non-empty subsets whose union is a set A. So one partition that can be given is this one. So we have the singleton sets 1, 2, and 3, and then we have just the rest of them here. You see the union ends up to A, and so this is what we call a partition. So what? Well, please realize there are many opportunities to be successful in this course. You can be very successful, even earn an A, even if you did poorly on this effort. Where needed, make adjustments. There are many adjustments to make, and there's a lot of support available, and re-engage. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math. It will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself and of each other. God bless you all. I plan to grade the test soon, and you'll see grades start appearing. Take care.